I don't trap, I trade. Bag already made.
You are fake news. Sir, go ahead.
Former Fed Chairman Ben Bernanke was asked about Bitcoin and its future yesterday in an interview, and here's what he had to say.
Bitcoin and other currencies, cryptocurrencies whose value changes minute to minute, they've been successful as a speculative asset, and you're seeing the downside of that right now, but they were intended to be a substitute for fiat money. And I think in that respect, they have not succeeded. Because if Bitcoin were a substitute for fiat money, you could use Bitcoin to go buy your groceries.
Hold on, Chairman. I don't think that's actually true. Let's do a search on YouTube and see if we can find anybody who's spending Bitcoin on groceries.
Nobody buys groceries with Bitcoin because it's too expensive and too inconvenient to do that.
Up to this point, you guys are going to be the first grocery store to take Bitcoin. I talked to Mark, who's one of the executives here, and Ryan. They set us up with a charge account, and we're going to use the charge account and then pay that off in Bitcoin.
Moreover, the price of groceries, the price of celery, varies radically day to day in terms of Bitcoin, and so there's no stability either in the value of Bitcoin. And the main use of Bitcoin is mostly for underground economy activities and things that are illegal or illicit.
Although that tends to be the Fed's #1 reason why we should not own Bitcoin, I found article on top of article proving that the US dollar is used more in illicit transactions than Bitcoin is.
So I don't think that Bitcoin is going to take over as an alternative form of money. It'll be around as long as people are believers and they want to speculate in this, but again, I don't think it's going to.
And you don't buy into the idea of it as being a store of value or some kind of version of digital gold.
Well, as I said, it's a speculative asset, but it's one that whose underlying use value. Gold has underlying use value. You can use it to fill cavities. The underlying use value of Bitcoin is to do ransomware or something like that. So one of the other risks that Bitcoin has is that it could, at some point, be subject to a lot more regulation. And the anonymity is also at risk, I think, at some point. So, investors in Bitcoin should be aware of
Boom. And right here, he proves that Bitcoin isn't what people would want to use for illicit activities because there's a problem with anonymity. So the feds would be able to actually see you if you do something illicit with Bitcoin, which leads to the conclusion that the dollar is still king when it comes to doing illegal activity. Thank you, Fed, for proving us right. If you found this information valuable, please subscribe to our channel, hit that bell so you can get notifications, and thank you, and stay tuned for more news.